husband and father in Muskegon discharged from the hospital today after being placed on a ventilator twice for COVID-19. We caught up with him and his doctors today as he heads home. Rick Jones and his wife Marie walking out of Mercy Health Muskegon Monday.
I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It's nasty.
That nasty bout of COVID putting the 51-year-old in the hospital for nearly 2 months after what started as a high fever and chills turned into struggling to breathe.
He's one of the types of COVID patients that you don't expect to get sick really fast.
Dr. Mary Ellen Roselle saw Jones back on November 22nd, right before he was admitted to the ICU.
He quickly needed more and more oxygen and was having more trouble breathing. And so I talked to him about needing to move to the ICU, and I talked to him about calling his wife.
It's a call Dr. Roselle says she's had to make too many times.
It's heart-wrenching. It's really terrible.
Jones eventually able to get healthy enough to come off the first ventilator, but needed to go back on for a second time.
We had so much hope when he got extubated that he would stay off the ventilator, and it was just a big setback for all of us. We were all so sad that he went back on a ventilator.
That's something Dr. Roselle says less than 10% of people come back from. But Jones, not one for giving up so easily.
I decided, well, I didn't die, so it's time to fight. So, you know, they told me to get up and start walking. I started walking. This place, these nurses, doctors, second to none, and I owe my life to them.
Despite visitor restrictions, Jones's wife Marie was never far away.
I would sit in the parking lot and just pray.
And even though Jones says he didn't do anything to get better, his progress in physical therapy and doctors beg to differ.
Regardless of how sick he was, Rick was always very positive and very much like, I'm going to keep fighting, Doc, and do what you need to do.
With a new respect for COVID, Jones says he's eager to get back to the people and things he loves most.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
I can breathe.
It's going to be great to see the girls and, you know, see my dog that thinks I'm dead. But,
Obviously, his sense of humor is still there. Jones says that he feels really good other than just some general weakness. He actually lost about 50 pounds while being in the hospital, so he just needs to build that strength back up. He says he'll continue with physical therapy and checking in with his pulmonologist, and we're certainly glad that he is doing much better.